And welcome everybody here to another week of AVGL CSGO. I'm Dustin. With me tonight is Frito Bandito, who himself is a competitor in college esports for CSGO. So it's great to have someone like him, excuse me, along for the night, as we do have CU Boulder. It's Colorado, the Buffaloes taking on the Washington esports team, the Huskies. How's it going, Frito Bandito?
It's going well, going well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I know that you're familiar with some of these players as you've played against them in some college tournaments or maybe even in practice or just what have you. So what can you tell us as this round goes live about these teams?
Well, I know CU Boulder is particularly keen on their B-side executes on overpass, and it looks like they'll be getting into one now.
And it does seem to be the case. A couple of shots popping off from Washington to slow it down just a little bit. We got a 3-on-3 on our hands, and Drake's doing pretty well here to slow things down to give some time for Detpoda and Z-Core to make. I don't know. Like, you're gonna have to help me with that one if you
I
know.
don't know
But
either, to be
well,
honest.
there you go. So we're just gonna go with Detpoda. That's what happens when you have a weird name, and I try to read it one way, and if I try to read it backwards, and that still doesn't work. Wait, maybe adopted? Okay, got it.
Adopted,
Adopted
adopted.
backwards. There you go. That's always the golden rule as a commentator. If it doesn't make sense, read it backwards. If it doesn't make sense, you just have to roll with it. But yeah, I know that the Colorado Boulder team plays like an ESCA IM, not doing so hot this season, but have at least been able to make it through Open in the past and what have you. And the Washington actually does play an ESCA Open. So these two teams, as a five each, do compete in other things outside of college esports together as well. So that's always cool
Definitely.
to see.
And I think Colorado Boulder is used to taking the collegiate side of things more seriously. Back when they had their player Efferent, I'd say they're on similar levels with Washington Esports at the moment when it comes to team chemistry and coordination and what have you. But it's all about the confidence right now in collegiate esports and how willing you are, or your entries, I guess, to go into a site and really try and win the round for your team rather than worrying about their own deaths and whatnot. But it looks like Washington actually has a good presence in mid as CU Boulder works up long here.
Yeah, that pesky CZ, though, can be so deadly. We've already seen Drake and Adopted go ahead and fire off with them, taking down a couple of Colorado Boulder members. All of them are in the bathrooms, and they're getting pinched because Drake's also coming from behind from long A. They're trying to chase him down as we speak, but he fires off another headshot, keeping the man advantage here for Washington. In fact, they're up by 2 in that regard. As you do see the rest of these Boulder players trying to see if they can't clear out bathrooms and start trying to get something back. They do still have a decent amount of time on their hands. They do have an AK in Monty's hands. Katu has the SMG, but he is also low on health. Bomb's also still in their possession, but again, they're kind of trapped here at long A.
Yeah, they really are, and I think they're going to go ahead and try and take the site here with just 2 players left. They have some utility to get into the site, but Sam is here with a CZ. As he said, it was deadly. Monty takes down one, gets taken down himself by Monty. So now it's just a 2v1, or no, sorry, 1v1 with the bomb not being down.
And it's all on Adopted to try to win this for Washington. Got very low health, just 6. Monty a little bit better and has an AK, and he's kind of playing around with Adopted a little bit, but now he finally will commit to just jumping into B and going for that bomb plant that'll give Adopted a chance to get into a position. And it really just come down to an aim battle at this point. Monty puts a smoke on sidewalk. He's just crossing over towards short. B, that smoke will cover him. Adopted's not going to be able to see him. I want him to crater so bad for some reason. I really do. He's not going to, though. He takes the smart approach, slides down the slope. That would have just been golden, though, if he had fumbled the keys on his board there. And we'll go
I
ahead
think
and
the
tap on
molly
the
here
bomb.
secures the round just because of how low HP he is there.
Absolutely.
But the
No
smoke.
kit as well. Oh, yeah, but no kit was the other problem.
Yeah, Monty will win that 10 out of 10 times with an AK and low HP. He actually picks up a 3K on the round. He's looking hot coming into this match.
Yeah, I mean, that
5
was
kills.
certainly a little bit dangerous. I mean, it came down to a 1v1, so if you're
Sure.
Colorado Boulder, you're probably a little bit dissatisfied by it coming down to the wire like that. But this round should be a breeze, right? You're going up against
Yes.
essentially a full save.
I think the long take there was definitely what they had in mind. It's like you take some rifles, take some SMGs, and just plow through long, take the aim duels. But for some reason, there was a distraction in mid that caused 2 or 3 players to get concentrated on some CZ aim duels that didn't go their way. And not a lot of utility coming out to try and clear bathrooms itself. So it was definitely a downside when it comes to Colorado's point of view, losing all that utility and all the guns for nothing. But they do manage to pick up a few more AKs and a lot more utility compared to the Washington Esports team, as it will just be a straight up save here to try and get some momentum rolling on the CT side. It's a weird little setup they have in B. Do you see this right now?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the only way you're gonna win around like this if
Mm,
you're only on USPs, is either doing some type of bomb side stack and hoping that you've guessed right, or doing some type of, like, gimmicky, aggressive type push or something like that and trying to
yeah.
catch someone off guard. So, to be fair, I have to respect this move. I mean, again, it's basically the only way they would maybe win the round. But as you can see, CU Boulder is clearing out bathrooms, pushing up towards the A bomb site, and they're gonna find it very empty here soon. Of course, right now they can't know that just yet, but as Flakes moves in with the Mac 10 and starts clearing some of these angles, they'll be aware of what they're up against. They'll be able to put the bomb down, and then they should basically lock this one up with little resistance from Washington.
And little utility used, which is a good thing. Because next round, I have a feeling that the B take is going to be in their minds. As I said, they really like to focus on that site against less experienced teams. And actually, the CTs are going to try and do something about the presence up in A. Soul Goat finds 2, 3, but gets taken down by Z Score. Katsu trades him. But that's only 1 AK loss, and if one of these SMGs here can trade it out, not a lot to lose for a bomb plant and a round win.
Yeah, it's one of those things where all you have is USPs. If you're CTs, you're not saving anything, right? So you might as
Yeah.
well try to go for kills. The only catch against that would be if you're feeding SMGs like extra $600 per frag. So in some regards, you might want to save, even if you have a USP, just to avoid giving your opponent money. And Drake actually got gifted by grabbing an AK. If he can hold on to it, that'd be huge, but he won't be able to. Katsu will take him down, so no AK carried over for Washington. I'm sure they would have loved to have had that. Would have saved them a little bit of money, but obviously still enough here to make a purchase.
Definitely, and it's interesting. Let's see if Soul Goat opts to buy an op here. Did we get one? No. Still gonna stick with the SMG. So I'm pretty sure this B hit, or at least short control, at least, will be happening very quickly this round. Not a whole lot of utility. Actually, yeah, they're gonna go ahead and decide to rush into B side here.
Indeed they are. Leading the way is going to be Monty with that AK. Already found both entries with the help of how did he know? Okay.
How did he know?
What a name. It's a
How
full
did he
sentence
know?
as your name. Legitimately a full English sentence grammatically correct as your name in game in CSGO. Like, kind of unreal.
He's got to work on his punctuation, but other than that, he's doing pretty well this game.
Mm-hmm.
Monty with actually the double entry to completely decimate the B site. As I said, like they really do like to focus on it. It takes 1 or 2 nades to just get in their face and have the aim duels happen. And when they're not prepared for it, it's a lot of momentum gain for the offense. And
Yeah,
actually,
I mean, the
Soulgoat's
thing
trying
is,
to take down this op or long here. If he can get this op and make sure that they don't save, which they do, they find both players. None of them can save. That's a huge deal when it comes to Washington Esports CT economy.
yeah, because typically if you go down 3-0 and you lose opening gun round, you're having to save again. So 5-0 is very likely the way it's going to start out. And the fact that CU Boulder didn't lose a single player, don't have to do a lot of rebuying. They recycle an op, actually. They didn't buy one last round, but now they get one for free, basically. So, I mean, it really couldn't be going better for CU Boulder. And back to your point about B bonside attacks in this map, even at the pro level, like unless CTs are taking control of short for themselves or they're really good at using utility at Monster, terrorists are usually able, like you said, with just a few like smokes, couple of flashes, can really make some powerful B executes happen, splitting long and short. Again, that's why you see a lot of CT teams at a pro level really like to take control of short, or just make sure they have plenty of utility to stop any type of fast pushes. There's even some smokes you can throw, I think, from spawn that'll land in Monster, the kind of stuff, any type of quick push. So. But unfortunately, like at a college level, some teams aren't really as aware of that type of like more complex utility usage, and it can come back to haunt you.
It really can, because I really don't think Washington Esports has the true potential in mind when it comes to taking short and holding short against a Colorado Boulder team, because there's a few nades you can throw on your way to the B site to make sure that you at least can contest for short and have an advantage in the round when it comes to B presence in general. I really hope they have planned on this happening. I know this was a veto situation where they could allow a team to pick a map that they not necessarily have practice as much or whatnot. So if this is their pick, in my mind, they should have prepared more for short control. Definitely thinking about the utility you can use, because as we've seen it, they went straight to the beam bomb site and did not use a single nade. But right now, I think Depota or Detpota is going to try and save this up back in T-spawn, and the hunt is on for him. He's probably going to be caught here, to be honest.
Does seem that way, doesn't it? He's getting flanked in the back actually by Monty as he's getting pushed by How Did He Know through the connector stairwell. So his chances of survival are pretty much slim to none as Monty is going ahead and pressing in with the AK. We'll catch him on the side of the stairwell. Another op is brought over for Colorado Boulder into the next round. Another thing is, I'm sure Colorado Boulder, if they're favoring B, there's also a Molotov you can throw as terrorists in the sandbags, which will stop CTs from being able to push short.
Yep.
And so if they ever feel like their short control is under jeopardy, they can just throw that themselves. So definitely a lot of different ways things can play out over at B. But we'll have to see how that goes as we're into round number 6. Washington Esports back to a full buy, including an op on Drake.
Where does this op go? Okay, so he's electing to go mid here. He's going to peek it, and there will be absolutely nothing as 2 players will be taking short B. The rest are just holding for the A aggression, and it looks like in connector we're gonna have a little aggression from Dats Poda again with the M4. He's just taking a little peek, seeing that people aren't in short. He's going to make contact with, who is that? Katsu. He's going to take him down there, gaining connector for his team, but will be traded by Z-Score. This is a very weird take of connector from CU Boulder. Not really actually gaining control of it, and they're electing to push into B head on right here.
And I think what they wanted was just maintaining short B control, and they've caught any type of CTs trying to rotate through connector, so they've really secured B for themselves now, and they've gotten a couple of more kills to 4-on-2. Z-Core and Drake will be forced to save. That's one of those things where if you're CTs and you're taking an equal exchange in connector, it's not really good enough. Also, Drake had an op over towards Party peeking Fountain. I feel like with that position, he should have been able to just kind of maybe fade back and let Z-Core rotate and be a third guy at B, because, I mean, short B got taken kind of quite a while ago. So I don't think that Washington had a really good read on what was going on there. I think Drake had the 4 position to allow a better rotation. They didn't take advantage of that. Wound up coming back to haunt them.
If there's not even utility being used mid there, as an opper, you should be calling that out and allowing your rotates to be adequate enough to hold off the B site, at least initially. Because then the rest of your utility that you haven't used all around can be used for a retake. But he's going to live here, I think, in this round. Holding on to an... Ooh, I take it back.
It's right at the last second. Yeah.
Finds him with the op. So that's all the guns lost again for Washington. 6-0 for Boulder. It looks like
they've never been able to save a gun in any of these rounds. Like it's always been no one left alive after the round ends. So that's really tough on your economy, especially since you're on the CT side where things are typically going to be more expensive. Obviously, the AWP is the same across the board, but your rifles are more expensive. I think utility is a little bit more important a lot of the time for CTs, especially like if you're trying to control connector and control short or deny fast pushes on B. Like having that utility is really important. Especially since we know that Colorado Boulder like to push that, so if you don't have the ability to stop it, it's going to be a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
This is another save round from Washington that we expect to go the way of Colorado Boulder pretty quickly. Already have 1 kill in the round.
Just a simple look for clues play here. They're avoiding the same situation they ran into that first save round or half buy from the CTs, as they're going to clear bathrooms with utility, with people to trade the kills. They do that optimally, take out 2 players, and I mean, they're just sweeping through here, going to take the A site eventually, and I mean, I don't think they're going to lose a single gun. If they do, it's because of some stupid CZ scenario. But again, not a lot spent to wipe out an entire team with armor, and a little utility that actually didn't get used actually in the entire round. Monty taking down Drake, who had a flash earlier, used to try and clear short B. No one was there. I think they're just getting played with right now.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, this was the pick of Colorado Boulder in the pick ban process.
Okay.
And I have to imagine that in a lot of these college teams probably don't have a deep map pool. You're probably just focusing on a handful of maps to practice, if you're practicing at all, for that matter, unless you're just kind of taking it more casually just for fun. So with this being Colorado Boulder's pick, because Washington's ban was actually cash, which allowed overpass through, so we would expect Colorado to be able to dominate, especially if Washington haven't had a chance to practice a lot of the map pool and haven't really maybe touched overpass a lot. The pick for map number 2 is Washington's pick, which will be Inferno. And then if we need a third map, it'd actually be Nuke, which would be kind of crazy.
Oh, wow.
I don't even think I've casted a game on the new Nuke yet, since they've like made all those changes like a month or so ago. And usually not the most popular choice in CS in general. A lot of teams pretty much stay away from that one. So we'll have to see how it shapes out.
And we're also going to see how their B hold shapes out here, as 3 players are going to go up towards short, 2 now taking easy control of it. Not even a nade being used in short here.
It's like the CTs just put a smoke on it and hope that that would be enough instead of actually.
It's not a wall.
I
don't know if they know this. It's not a wall.
It's not a force field. They do
Full
have a
utility.
player. Oh, I thought they were gonna do a boost in B, but actually they decided against it. So
It's interesting how they're playing a double or two-man setup on B here with Drake just playing in heaven. I don't think there's a lot Drake could do if a B take was to come onto the B site, and they've
especially
actually
since
given
both
up
teams would
connector
smoke
too.
heaven, so he'd
Mm.
basically be real useless at that point.
You know, you get short control. The easiest thing to do is to smoke heaven. So yeah, I think
Ooh, how
playing.
did he know? Got up middle and was undetected by San. It's a free kill and a terrorist in really forward territory. It's actually going to force Z-Core make a rotation from B, and the bomb is still in connector, and there's still hold short B control, so this still could be a very dangerous B split. And because of that pick at A, you know, Washington had to be on their toes as far as rotating goes, and this makes each site more vulnerable. Finally, Drake does take down How Did He Know, and that's great and all, but they still, you know, aren't sure where this bomb's coming, and now the B attack is coming in, and Z-Core is the only player here to defend against it. Smoke is up on heaven, so his rotation is basically blocked from assisting him, and they're trying to jump through the smoke anyway, but they're just getting blended right now. One kill does go Drake's way, sure, but all in all, Adopted's left in a 1-on-3. Good for one, catches flakes in awkward space. Now in the 1v2, we'll see what he's got. Soulgoat holding the angle from sandbags. Adopted will cross towards Graffiti. Gets some bullets into Monty, but not enough of them. 8-0 for Colorado Boulder.
Tricky round in the perspective of Washington Esports. You have a couple players throwing utility onto A, which has never been hit before, unless it's a save round by you. And you know you're worried that they're finally going to mix it up. But what happens? It's not a mix up. You end up committing to a passive setup on B that gets read easily by the T's, and your utility has already been used defending the A site. So there's not a lot you can do there, other than win the aim duels. But it looks like actually a straight up monster push into B here.
Again, when you know the CTs have no utility, monster pushes are so much easier to do. And we've seen Colorado Boulder just time and time again prove their ability to just push past what has been kind of just a weak defense from the Washington side. They're just outdoing their opponents a lot of time. But look at this, Washington starting to get a little bit of something going here. Adopted and Drake getting some kills. It's all onto Monty in a 1v3, but he's already gotten a couple of them, and he gets the last for a quad kill. Just when Washington looked like they were going to break through, a door gets slammed in their face courtesy of Monty. And that was their best chance to win around this entire game, and they fumbled it. Monty's up to 15 kills and 9 rounds played and has a great clutch there.
I think all three CTs knew that they should win that round at that point, and they're all excited to win it, so they're pushing through smokes, they're pushing short alone. And Monty took all the 1v1s and won them, because that's what you do when you're in a clutch scenario. You find the 1v1s and you win them. And with no utility, no trade potential, it's an easy clutch for Monty. And now they're just going to spread out on default and let them think about what went wrong that round. What went wrong in the round they should have won. Flake actually going to take some mid control with no utility, just straight up confidence, peeking all these angles. And I think that's what's going through all the CU Boulder esports players' heads right now, is just let's win this map fast. Let's get it going to the map we don't necessarily know we can win, but if we show them that we have this much confidence on Overpass, maybe we can beat them on their pick too.
I mean, to be fair, the next map is Inferno, which I feel like is pretty common territory. A lot of teams like to play Inferno, just like a lot of teams like to play Mirage. So I think it's one of those maps that's pretty basic, and it's hard to gain an edge on that map over someone else. It's just like clearly better. You have Washington actually popping off a couple of kills here with these pistols, and Sam's going to be good for another one as well. And that's why I don't like, when you know your team, the other team is like forcing or saving, you really shouldn't be like pushing into a bunch of tight corners like that by yourself. Like, you need to be together, making sure you can trade. So now CU Boulder's in a little bit of trouble, 2v3, but they still do have the superior firepower for the most part, and they have armor, which their opponents do not, except for Drake. But their health has now been whittled down quite a bit. Katsu down to just to 30. How did he know? Halfway down. Full health on the two CTs trying to come in. Pop flash comes through. It's not really effective though, but still the kill comes in. Katsu in a 1v2. Now in a 1v1. He's already gotten 3 kills on the round. Can he kind of match the effort of Monty last round and get another one through and keep the 16-0 dream real? As Sam makes his way into his slide. He's got full health. He's got an AK, but no kit and no armor. And now he will try to push into bank. Katsu spots him, I think, and holds an angle now. And I think he just loses off of time, no matter how the frag goes. But the kill will also go the way of Boulder. 6 HP to spare on it as well. CU Boulder do hit that double-digit count of 10.
That was dangerous.
It's looking closer for Washington. Like they're getting better, but they're just still not winning rounds.
Yeah. I think mid-round after all of those kills happen, you know, the non-trades, the 1v1s that are taken, everyone just kind of freaks out a little bit and feels like they need to take the round on their shoulders and carry it to the goalposts. And it's definitely not what you should do against a team who's willing to just have a lot of patience and sit back, wait for your mistakes here. Another B rush. Ooh, collateral from Drake there.
Collat. Yeah, there was a double off setup from Washington. They'd rush Monster and he gets a 2-for-1 there. You love to see that as a spectator. Boulder do scrap their way back into a 2v3. They're going to get this bomb down. They have utility to try to stop blocking some of these spots that Washington would like to retake from. Monster being the only one that isn't blocked off by utility, so Flakes needs to be careful, but he spots the shadow, gets around with the 180, gets the kill. Gotta worry about this short push throw from Adopted, but Adopted has low HP, and now Flakes is onto the angle, holding it as Z-Core does drop down with the op into the water. Flakes will chase after it. He gets it and finds the short kill as well. And again, these last 3 rounds, Washington have actually had a man advantage, or maybe even better than that in the post plant. But they still just can't close the round. All of these rounds have come down to 1v1s lately, but it's just Boulder winning them. And some of them have been like 2v1s or 3v1s in Washington's favor. They just can't close.
I think they lack the initiation of the retake. I think everyone envisions the retake going a certain way, and they try and enact that vision too quickly. They don't concentrate on when the flashes should be thrown for them to peek the retake angles and stuff like that, so they end up peeking into walls of gunfire. You know, it's just a few things that need to be changed for them to defend this bomb site properly, and I think they could start doing it here to pick up the last 4 rounds and get a good T side going. But they really do need to.
They just seem to lack that cohesion and team play to orchestrate a proper retake together as a unit, rather than, like you've discussed, you know, just feeding a bunch of 1v1s and basically giving the one guy who is left alone on Colorado Boulder the best possible chance to win the round, you know, by getting 1v1 duels. Another round for Washington where they have a huge advantage. It's a 4-on-2. You'd like to think this is the one. They have the bomb down in connector. Both T's are nowhere near the bomb just yet. So this, for all intents and purposes, should be the round. This should be the one that goes through. Should be in the keyword, because I feel like they're the last 3 rounds you could have said this should be Washington. So
they've got the bomb now.
Yeah, this is definitely the best they've had. Like, as far as how well set up they are, how far ahead they are, and map control and player count.
I think
like,
if you lose this,
definitely the best chance to win.
You really watch back the demo and see what needs to be fixed. Okay, 1v4, I think they've got it in the bag now. All the angles being watched. Yep, Drake does pick up the kill on Soul Goat, and Washington Esports pick up a round here and get a little shine of the light in their faces. Will they follow it though?
Yeah, I mean, because here's the thing: if you get reset right now, and I mean, you're pretty much in a rough spot for the rest of the half. Yeah, so I mean, you're basically forced buying to survive for the rest of the half. Luckily, there's still some money saved up on Z-Core and Drake, so if they were to lose this round, they'd still have some money to buy and drop players maybe, but it's still not that much. It'd be a little bit limited, so they really need to win out. Yeah, they need to win out. Like, is really what needs to happen. I mean, when you consider, like, overpass and sidedness on overpass, like, you need a lot of rounds on CT side, and they have not gotten them. But this is looking real good. Drake with this op has definitely been one of the more impressive players in the server, despite the fact he's on a team that's getting crushed right now. He's hit some nutty shots with the AWP, that's for sure. He's actually the top fragger of the entire server at 18, above Monty and Katsu over on the winning team.
He's wearing the backpack, and he's running with it right now. That multi-kill mid was absolutely insane. It really just shut up the CU Boulder's offense, which was just a no respect. That round, they didn't use much utility to try and gain mid control. They just simply ran in. And I think this round, they're going to resort back to the good old B rush, maybe even a short control into a delay B, but at most, it's fast. I mean, at least it's fast. The smokes do come in. They're throwing a little utility. And here we go. Here's the B take.
Nothing Monster either to stop them. You need a smoke or incinerate down on Monster, I feel like, to stop something like this from happening. Now it's just going to come down to raw fragging. And how did he know? He's actually going to get caught on his way trying to push into water. But Colorado Boulder still control the site. But the retake for Washington so far so good up until that frag. Now it's back to equal footing for these two teams. The bomb is ticking, so that's kind of an extra man for Colorado Boulder to use in this situation. We do see Washington split up between bottom and heaven. Drake does fall down into water, but T-Core gets caught crossing, and now it's all on Drake. He's been great with the op, and he clutches the 1v2. What a play. Drake at the 20 bomb now.
1 HP as
This
well.
man does not deserve to be on the losing team. He has been popping off.
Absolutely. I thought it was looking grim when I saw the 2 ops jumping out of heaven to try and retake B site against 2 rifles and decent utility, but Drake proved it otherwise as he gets 2 insane flicks in the bomb defusal for Washington Esports. Going to take 3 rounds now. And if they get this last one, you know, and win pistol, there's still definitely some hope for that team.
It just depends on, like, how much they have on their playbook for T-side, I feel like. If they're just going to try to pug it, as you know, well poised as Boulder's been, and their teamwork has just been so much better, I feel like it's still going to be a real uphill climb. And now it's another one of those big B executes from Colorado Boulder, and they are trading their way in. They have a couple of kills. There's another from Monty, who's been one of the keys for this team so far. It's all going to come down to Sam in a 1v2. What can he do here? He's got a kit, so that gives him a little bit of extra time. He's got full armor, a couple of flashes. He's got the M4. He's got the tools necessary to make this work. But, I mean, the Terrors just have such good positioning right now. Good crossfire that Katsu and Monty really have at this point if he pushes short. And that's exactly what he's going to run into. 12-3 half from Colorado Boulder. Very dominant.
Very, very dominant. And I think Drake on T side is going to be a little harder for him to carry the game because he can't just drop down to B and, you know, pick up all the frags. So we may be looking at a quick map 1 here, and I'm interested to see as to how they recover from this just stopping as they move to Inferno next map.
Yeah.
It's not really guaranteed. I shouldn't assume, but, you know, it's just going to be very, very hard for the lack of cohesive chemistry so far to 180 into an actual team, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It would take a Herculean effort from Drake. He'd have to drop like 40-something kills, I feel like.
Yeah.
Or someone else needs to step up and help him out, or a couple, really, because I feel like the frag distribution on the opposing side has been a little bit tighter, especially amongst their top 3 players. So it just does come down to raw fragging at some points. And we do see a nice little tactic here from Washington. They catch Katsu down very low, actually, to 16 health, and they're just rushing mid right now. We do see that Monty and Solgood are making a rotation, though, so they will be able to get here to help out Katsu when the USPs are finding the domes of Washington members right now. The bullets are going between their eyes, and they are down to just 2 players at this point.
Flake has found his way into connector. He finds 1 as they're trying to rotate to B. Finds 2, and that's the pistol round. Going in favor of CU Boulder. Looking like a quick game here. Definitely, in my opinion, going to be, as they will continue to show nothing but aggression until that 16th round comes up. Yeah, it started looking decent for Washington there, but again, it all just crumbles when they take the 1v1s, when they get to that point of discipline.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like, they wound up getting 3 rounds in the first half, right? And they probably should have been able to get at least 3 more based on how some of those rounds played out. It probably should have been more of a 9-6 half as opposed to 12-3. And that would have certainly gave them a little bit more leeway if losing pistol in the second half. But now, I mean, you basically just have to just keep force buying over and over and over again because you probably don't want to play for overtime, right? So you're just going to keep force buying. You're probably never going to have a good buy this half unless you can somehow pull off one of these force buys, which this one is not going to happen for them. 14-3 in favor of Colorado Boulder. Maybe just 2 rounds left to play. We'll have to see what Washington come up with to see if they can prolong that. But again, you're probably going to have to... I mean, I don't know. Do you full save here and play for OT? I mean...
I would.
It's so tough.
In my mind, this match, I just want to get it over with so I can help my team start thinking about the next one, which is our
Oh, they
pick.
are going to full save. Okay, they full Glock. They are going to full save to try to get a buy going next round.
All right, well, then they're going to try and get a bomb plant this round at least. And
that's not happening.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Chance. No chance you get a bomb plant with 5 Glock. And no armor, no utility. It's not
Rush long is the call.
Oh, okay, maybe.
No,
there's only one guy around. It's just Monty. So actually, if Monty folds, they could get a bomb plant. They have a,
he won't even hear them
from
right here. He won't hear them rushing into A site until right now. Right about now, he hears them. He's going to be making the calls for the rotate.
Oh no, not even a kill.
Wow.
They pick up an M4 for it. Oh, but Flakes with the rotation was just fast enough, backstabbing them to prevent the bomb plant. They'll get the bomb back. They may try it again, but CTs are pressing in from B now. They do get the bomb planted, though. So, in my eyes, mission accomplished already.
Yes.
Visa, though, trying to see if he can, you know, get the icing on the cake and actually pull off the round. But it's only 19 HP and that fire in his face. He doesn't really have a way to stop him from defusing this time. And so it is going to be 15. And now, yeah, you have to win 12 straight. I mean, yeah, you got the money now to try it. But, I mean, that's a long path to travel to get back into this.
Yeah, especially on an overpass where if you really, really want to try and get those round wins, the rounds are probably going to be more extended than other maps. You know, slowly taking yards, slowly taking short, slowly taking bathrooms. A lot of things, a lot of pieces have to be moving in the correct way in order for them to make this comeback. But I definitely think they can make the cogs start turning on the machine for the next map, if you will. Some mid aggression coming out for the CTs here.
Yep.
They actually get shut down. Yeah.
The flashes looked really good. I thought they were going to be able to convert off of that, but they wound up just losing Flakes in the process. They do get Solgoat into a safer position. He tries to step out to even things up, but he, I think, got caught a little bit off guard about how wide Adopted had already swung over there at long A, and so he just misses his shot. It's a little chance, though, for Boulder to go ahead and shut this down now. They still have 3 players up. Make that now just 2, but they're both here near A, but Washington are getting these frags. They're racking them up, and they're going to get the round. So 15-4, they do keep this going at least a little bit longer.
And, you know, not a lot of utility use. They used 3 smokes at most, so they'll be saving a lot of money there. And it doesn't really matter at this point because if CU Boulder wins a round, they win the game. But that also means they can pick up an op here for Visa. In my mind, you should be giving it to Drake, but I guess Visa's their T-sign opper. So we'll see what they can do with this mid. They've already been taking it pretty quickly and pretty dominantly.
Yeah. If I'm them, I'm letting Drake do whatever the hell he wants, because that's probably the one way you might actually be able to get some more rounds on the board. So maybe Drake wants to be rifling, wants to be more flexible, but he's already down. That's not a good sign. The no respect push from Colorado Boulder, but look at it, Adopted with the response. He was playing in the playground the whole time, but he gets off the swing. He's done with that nonsense, and he gets an AK in his hands, and he's gotten 3 kills on the round, leaving Flakes all alone with just a deagle. Now finds an M4, but no armor, no kit, no utility. Likely no chance in this. It would take some crazy shots to find a way to end this game here and now. Gets the AK, so it has a little bit more one-tap potential. We'll be trying to flank through Monster. Adopted will be right here on his close right. We'll see him, but he cannot get the kill. Adopted was on one that round. Good for 4. Now, another round.
Nice to see another player step up there in a high-pressure situation. I think if Drake has someone joining him up there in the double digits, look, yep, he is. He's 15. Next one's 22, 8, 8, 7. So, you know, we got another player up here fragging out, starting to feel himself. You know, it could mean some rounds for the Washington Esports side, especially if CU Boulder keeps throwing themselves at them like that. But it looks like actually for the first time they're going to go for some B control, and it might be the wrong round to do so, as Boulder's going to be pushing to short here.
They try to peek Monster as well, but lose the player there. But they're finding success elsewhere. Get a couple of kills towards short B. Get this into a 2v3 where they actually have AKs to go along with their armor. So this is looking a little bit harder for Washington. Now it's back to equal footing, basically in all regards. The bomb is essentially trapped in B unless it pushes through CT to A. We'll have to see how it pans out as Sam is watching short smoke. He spotted some feet here at Monster, and here comes the push, but the CTs have been caught. And so Washington have put another round through. But, I mean, how much longer can they really keep this up? As CU Boulder's economy stabilizes, it's going to get way harder to keep pulling off rounds. And, again, you need to win, you know, 9 more in a row just to get into overtime. Just had a chance at this map. I mean, that's going to be so hard to do.
Especially as Solgoat picks up the op here and takes it.
I will say this, though. If they can get up to like 10 or 11 rounds, if like the pressure starts to build on Boulder.
Yeah.
And then you really could mind game them into getting into overtime. We'll see.
And they've been going for A pretty quickly every round, but now it looks like they're going to switch up to B as Drake just trying to enter onto B site. Gets taken down by Monty, who gets traded by Sam. 4v4 now. How did he know? Gets a double, but gets traded out by Visa. Wow, 2v2 now. I don't even know what just happened. Just tons of smoke.
A lot of chaos. A lot of chaos, a lot of utility, a lot of frags left, right, and center, but it all comes down to this 2v2 moment, and both terrorists are so low on health, and one of them burns, bro. Fire, it hurts. It hurts, bro. It burns. And there it is.
There you go.
That's it. It's done.
I
At
think
least this map.
Yeah, the B site, they were trying to pull a CU Boulder and really take it quick there, but I think the setups were a lot better on their
Hmm.
side. I think the counter utility was a huge thing that Washington
Right.
didn't ever use, and now we're going to be moving to map 2. So how are you feeling about this?
I don't know. I mean, we're going to have to see a lot more out of Washington to inspire any confidence that they have a chance of taking the series to a third map. But it does go to their pick on Inferno, where they should be a little bit more comfortable. So I have to see how it plays out. But anyway, before we go to a break, just want to give a shout out to one of our huge partners over here at the AVGL who helped make this league happen. It's going to be Respawn, which is a gaming furniture company whose parent company, OFM, has been around in the furniture business since 1995. And they are now putting together some gaming chairs, which come in a variety of options at a very affordable price. So be sure to check out Respawn products on all social media outlets and maybe check out their website and look at their chairs and see if maybe you're looking for something. Maybe you'll find something you like there that's going to be very affordable. So again, a huge shout out to Respawn. But we are going to be taking a short break. But when we come back, we will be bringing you map 2 on Inferno between these two teams. So stay tuned, folks. We'll be back in a moment.
Reasons in the stars, imprisoned deep within my heart. It's written on my face that I'm just as afraid. These scars I can't erase, so I need you to know. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am.
And welcome back to this best of 3 between Washington Esports and CU Boulder Esports. It's 1-0 in favor of CU Boulder, and they will now be moving on to Inferno, which was Washington's map pick. Looks like the T side, which is Washington, will be moving for an A take here, at least all take. CU Boulder actually very dominant performance in the last map, and if anything,
Whoa.
what's up?
These guys don't take breaks for very long. I literally just went to go take a pee and I couldn't get back in time.
They're ready. They're ready to go.
Yeah, I love to see that. It certainly beats the hell out of waiting around for 20 minutes for teams to get started, which also happens a lot.
So actually, the T side actually just gained apps control very easily without any utility and without giving away any info that they were in alt at all. So the CTs know that banana's clear. They think it's going to be an A hit, but I think that is intended, as they will be trying to take bottom banana. Monty picking up 1 kill, Solgoat picking up another. Sam actually trades. How did he know? And Solgoat actually picks up a triple.
What?
Oh, a knife battle. Sam wins it though. 1v3.
Yeah,
Sam's going to take
like
the bomb to B. He's going to be meeting Katsu around the corner. It's nuts.
it was kind of an empty victory. Like, yeah, you won the knife fight, but now you're in a 1 versus 3 against armored USPs.
Yeah, the fact that it got there in the first place was, yeah.
It's one of those things where obviously CT's pushed 2 down banana, so they have all the information. Like, you're supposed to win that 4v2 at the bottom of the banana, though, right? Sogo got way too much out of that. So he actually gets to max 7 and see if he can catch up even more dollars, because obviously shotguns give you $900 a kill. So we'll try to go for that. 3 SMGs, $600 a kill on those guys. So a lot of chance to print money if you're Boulder, but we do have a 4 spy out from Washington, including a hero AK on Drake, who hasn't been their star player in the previous map. So
he is the hero, if there is one.
Mm-hmm.
And he does have armor. He's just going to straight up dry peek these angles, straight up take banana control, and hopefully take the fight to this mag 7 here. And as well as I mean, I guess just an MP9 with 2 flashes and smoke. If they were to take B, this would be the site to do it on, in my opinion, with an AK. But they don't have utility. They don't have any of it. So it's going to be real hard to do whatever they try and do here.
So you see terrorists all gathering up at banana, just waiting for the smoke to dissipate before they look to execute. But as I say that, they're actually sending a couple of players towards middle, but I think that's just to make sure they're not getting flanked. This will be interesting. Do they send their biggest piece of firepower out by himself on a lurk while they push with 4 pistols into B with the bomb? I don't know if I like that.
I
We'll
mean,
see. Like, if Drake can make a play at mid by himself with an AK and instill some fear, maybe something can happen here. I think they're just waiting to see what Drake can find. But Drake's not going to find anything. He's playing very disciplined. They're playing back A site and library. They're not going to give him a chance to really make a play, it doesn't look like. And now they're running out of time.
20 seconds,
They need to do something. Now they're going to go for B. But CTs have utility. They have flashes. They can come out here and actually just start clearing things. But no, I think they overextended a little bit. But now the clock is still ticking. It's still going fast. They're going to be able to get this bomb planted in time. Yes, it looks like they will. I think the CTs might have over-aggressed there. And they've opened the door, but they have seen CU Boulder start to close it again.
Lost their AK as well.
To Drake. Yeah, exactly. The biggest piece of firepower they had is now gone, but they still have a 3-on-3, and this shotgun up close can do work, but Monty lets it only find 1. So it's all on Monty now with the M4. Spots 1 banana, does the damage, but hasn't gotten a kill yet. Knows one's water, will peek that too. Almost got the job done, but not quite. But again, I think that does come down to CU Boulder being a little bit too overeager at banana before the execute actually unfolded.
Definitely. I think they heard the AK top mid and kind of assumed some things there. They first of all assumed the banana presence was low, if any, and I think they just straight up assumed they could win any aim duel they took with the Mag 7 and MP9 there, trying to crunch on the T's. They saw the low amount of time on the clock and tried to, I guess, instill some pressure and force a mess up or a flaw, you know, like something that the Washington Esports team did not expect, but it actually worked out in their favor.
To be fair, if they pop flash that and they get a couple of kills and they get the bomb down, because there was only like 15 seconds left on the clock, then they probably do just win the run off timer at that point. So I do have that in mind, but you could also just play passive in the site, force terrorists to clear everything, and then make it even harder probably at that point to get the bomb planted in. So definitely think it was just a little bit too much overeagerness, but they already have a kill into this round. It's the 4 spy back. Again, we're gonna have a scrappy beginning. That's how economy can work in CSGO. If you don't win a couple of rounds in a row and you just have all these 4 spies going, you know, relentlessly at each other, it just gets really scrappy and chaotic until someone can kind of start establishing economic control at the beginning of the half. That's what both these teams are trying to do in this round.
Definitely. And I think Soul Goat here, jiggling banana is going to give him and his other player at B some false confidence when it comes to what they should expect, because he's seen nothing. He's seen at most 1 gunshot, and they're actually going to try and do another setup. They actually switch, right as I say it, to one of the best setups I think you can have in an eco round here with as little utility as they do. They're going to be calling this out for their team to rotate, but Washington's going to be full-fledged rushing to B side here. Get a couple kills on the defense from Flakes and Soulgoat. Soulgoat picks up 1 as well as Flakes, but the bomb will go down, so it will be a 3v2 retake. 2 are already in construction as well.
Good smoke, though, there from Visa to kind of slow down any type of construction retake there and let him get into dark, get a good crossfire with Adopted here. They do start pushing out construction, but Adopted has good crosshair placement with this M4. Has already found 1 kill, quick to find a second, leaving Monty alone with the deagle from CT. He is going to get the 1 kill, but can he find the 1 tap on the Visa? That's the question. No, he's missed a couple of shots, and now Visa's done some damage. 48 HP. Monty gets an AK. He does still have armor, but again, he's the one with little health, and Visa's just trying to buy his time, just trying to weave around on that pillar, and he does wind up getting it. And so that's going to be 2 rounds in a row for Washington. And this is where Colorado Boulder probably are going to have to take a step back and take a save.
Yeah, great stuff there from Visa. Played it perfectly in a high pressure scenario against the best player on CU Boulder's team. Judging from last game, besides Solgoat, I think the 2 heavy fraggers are Monty and Solgoat, and to be in a 1v1 there with bomb down, a lot of pressure on you, and you played it perfectly. Great job from Visa. Now, obviously, a save round coming up from Boulder. They're just gonna rush mid, straight up rush mid here against the T's.
Oh, they're
all
all
blind.
Actually not bad. Yeah, they're all blind, but they recover way better. I think Colorado was also kind of blind there. But Washington are the ones who could come from it a little bit quicker, and now this should be pretty much in the bag. Maybe Monty gets a sneaky kill on somebody, but all in all, this should be a wrap.
I think he's just gonna search for a gun. The bomb is already planted. No chance of winning it. He may try and get some exits to help ruin the economy of the T side, but I don't even think there's any guns down here. I think they've thrown them all towards Banana.
Yep.
He's gonna probably end up going towards Banana to get another kill, or just save the USP that looks pretty. Just save that,
Yeah, I don't know. And maybe he thinks Washington might have an SMG in play and doesn't want to feed it $600, but of course it's all AKs for Washington. Still though, giving a kill over to them now just means they get like 1 extra grenade or something next round. So you might as well do that instead of trying to
do nothing, save nothing.
Probably not gonna have.
I think saving nothing. I think he should have gone for a kill. I think he would have found that solo. He could have known this, but the solo player Banana was an easy frag. If he was looking the wrong way, it just comes down to chance. But nothing really comes from that right there. 3-1 Washington. And here's where CU Boulder gets to legitimately step in the way of Washington Esports for the first time. Other than the first round or second round, I should say. So we're going to see what both teams can do with the amount of utility that they have here. And I think it's going to be interesting to see as the T's go towards the A site, where it is one of the sites where you need to use a lot of utility to take mid and get up brackets and make sure that your players have the ability to act on and execute.
Right.
And there's not a lot of aggression in Banana. They just gave it up. With 1 smoke and a flash being used on Banana, they resort to going back and boosting a player up on B site, or on the pots there across from B site. And Flakes is going to be taking the spotting role, spotting angle behind coffins, and super passive stuff. Free Banana basically for Washington.
Won't take it though. They're focused up on coming towards middle. CTs are actually playing a pretty forward crossfire on it. I don't know if they'll look to commit or just fade back. A lot of teams will just fade back to site, library, or arch, and just kind of get in a holding pattern for the site execute itself. But if you're a terrorist team, like your bread and butter default is to get control of mid, get control of top Banana, get control of apartments, and like deny CTs any information. They do get mid control, but they're looking to just quickly go into an A split. Bullets already coming out from apartments, so Colorado Boulder should know what's happening here, but can they actually defend against it? Monty's stuck in pit. He's getting pushed. A good pot flash gets him 1 kill, but Washington's forces are just too overwhelming. Rotation from B couldn't really set in time to be of any assistance. And so this one is looking pretty good for Washington. They have a 3-on-2 right now. A couple players are low in health, so depending on what CU Boulder does here, they might be able to make this a little bit scary. So they do come through Moto. They get another kill. All of a sudden, this isn't a foregone conclusion that Washington will walk away with this round. Smoke on the bomb. It's being defused. Flakes for cover. He's good for 1 kill. Sogo trying to defuse now with no kit. Will Z-Core get here in time? He's spamming all the wrong spots. Oh my goodness, the defuse comes in. How does that happen? Please don't tell me he dies too. Okay, at least he gets away with... My goodness, though. That shouldn't be happening, should it?
No, it should not. Oh,
the
man.
No kit defuse and
no
smoke.
Kit. 10 seconds of just sitting there and no one can kill him. To be fair, the retake was at most random on the Washington Esports perspective. Like, you see 2 players in library, they pick up 1 kill, you think, okay, they're gonna get that and maybe die on their way to site. They end up clearing site, clearing arch, and it now comes down to the low HP players with no utility, and they just lose it because they can't find the guy in the smoke. not the best
I think the biggest one
situation.
was Flakes killed the guy pushing lane.
Yeah.
So he bought that extra time for the no-kit defuse to at least get in there for a couple of seconds. It made it to where it's gonna be a little bit harder for the frag hunt inside the smoke, but still, I mean that's a kill you got to be getting. Just spam in the middle of the smoke. You got to remember where the bomb was planted, and it looked like he was spamming the edge of the smoke, and that was kind of weird. Because you would see him if he was on the edge of the smoke, like you'd see his feet or something. So yeah, I think that was just maybe panic, kind of happening there in his head.
He had half a clip that he had spent on the player, not on the bomb, and I think the rest of it should have gone towards the smoke. And once you miss all those shots, you're out knife in the middle of the smoke. I didn't see him even trying to go for the knife at the middle. Like he was trying to knife the edge. You know, you got to remember where your teammate.
I feel like he just straight up panicked.
Yeah,
really the only way that you can spell that out. As we
look at the top of the banana. Look at top banana presence right now. I think they're going to try and mix things up and go straight into B here. Get revenge on Soldo.
Now Katsu's already begun to rotate though, so if the counter utility comes in, they might get bogged down here at B and allow like too many rotations to come in and make the defense like way too stout to break through. We do have Drake leading the way, as he has been pretty much all series. He gets a couple of big entries there. Smokes are down at CT and coffins as well, so it's gonna make it hard for CTs to retake, and Drake's just gonna keep going. He's on for the ace right now. He does get silenced though, finally. But it may be a little bit too late for Boulder because they're down to just one player. It's Monty with the M4 here in CT spawn. And that's going to be it. Washington Esports look much stronger here on Inferno.
Definitely. I think they can just throw Drake into the site. Well, actually, it's not even Drake picking up the kills. It's Visa and Sam trying to entry their way in. But Drake, you know, that round did go in and get a couple kills. I think they're a lot more confident on the map they practiced. And it's harder to retake in close quarters with players who are, you know, it's harder to gain advantage off of the experience you have as a player when the angles are like super tight, super cheesy sometimes. I think that's what's going on here because not a lot of the teams are taking control of Banana and establishing the experienced advantage that they should have as a team. Also, if you've noticed, they just got reset. And they force spot. They put everything they had into this round. So if they lose it, it means bad things for the CT half.
Absolutely.
No banana control again. They're not even trying. They notice a couple players at the bottom of it, but I think what they have going for them, that is CU Boulder, is their mid control. They know a couple players are actually running up mid right now, and they know Katsu spotted one player, is going to take one down. There's another player right behind him, actually two. Can't find the kill on Adopted, who's actually spotted the player porch. Looks like they're going to back off for now, but I think the CTs for CU Boulder have started putting a player in rotation that shouldn't be. And it looks like they're going to straight up execute B here. Some smokes are being thrown into the site.
Yep. Do have a couple of pistols here upgraded that are going to be defending against B. Oh, Soulgoat steps out from the site, gets a kill, using his teammate CT as a distraction, but now he's going to get pushed in, but he almost lines up a 2-for-1 with the CZ, gets one kill. The Z-Core down to 5 health, which means to retake, there's one vulnerable target sitting out there they might be able to collect and actually make this retake feasible. They'll both be coming through construction. The low health player is the one at New Box, which is basically the first person they face as they come in, most likely, unless he just tucks in and waits for them to fight his opponent or his teammate in Dark. CTs do come in. They do get killed by Dark. Now it's all on Monty. Z-Core using his health perfectly there, just baiting his teammate, giving himself his best chance to win, and it does happen for him. Washington are now up 5-2, and things are getting scary for Boulder. They dominantly won Overpass, but now they find themselves in a tough predicament here on Inferno where, yeah, they're going to have to save here, and they're going to go 6-2 probably, and they're running out of rounds, and on CT side, you really should be kind of, you know, putting up something better than this.
Definitely. I think they're just going to do their same strat as last time and just rush mid with a flash, and all the other players will be running towards B. They're going to have a nice little tail following a couple players here. They pick up one. Going to try and get some damage done on the Washington side. They actually pick up two as Katsu's sitting behind some fire, bottom banana. Good damage done for literally a flash only, you know, being invested in the round. But, you know, not a whole lot to gain from taking out a couple players. I mean, you pick up a MAC-10, at most you should try and find another kill. Maybe get it, actually, as the player burns and fires. So that's 3 kills that Boulder find on this 0 investment round. And I think he's just he should say this AK in my opinion. Yeah, he decides to, and
Yeah.
they're not going to have no response for that play, other than losing a lot of money and a lot of utility wasted. But they do get the bomb plan. So I mean, in the end, Dust, like nothing insane happened on either side. But I think CU Boulder needed the round with the gun save to maybe get an op going. You know, Monty could glass cannon, but I think that may have just secured them some utility at most. I don't think they'd glass cannon with a team like this, with an offense like this. We'll see though.
See Boulder's be able to
Yeah.
get back to a buy. They will go ahead and just go with the 5 rifle setup. They have the 1 kid on Katsu. They do have a moderate amount of utility, certainly enough to get the job done, you'd imagine. But they really need to start grinding out rounds. Like if I'm
Definitely.
CU Boulder, I feel like I need to be winning out this half. Like this is starting to spiral out of control a little bit here, especially when you're already 1 map up in the series. Kind of like the clear favorite. You compete in a higher league than your opponent, and in like the ESEA system, for example. So you feel like you should be, you know, head and shoulders above your opponent, and you prove that on Overpass, you know, quite rapidly, in fact. So this is definitely not the start that they want to be having. But if you're in the Washington side, you're feeling better. You're starting to win some of your fights. You're getting rounds on the board on your map pick. And again, map 3 is nuke. So like, who the hell knows what happens on there? That's like a crab walk, crab shoot, whatever you want to call it. Like it's one of those things where who knows who wins that.
I've noticed also that the CU Boulder
None of
team
us
just
win, by the way, on nuke. Like no one wins.
no.
Watch mess probably.
It's a 4v4 now. App's main target for the T's, and actually Katsu picks up a kill from Graveyard, and Monty on the balcony misses his second, but Katsu trades him. It's now just a 2v1, and Soulgoat picks him up. 3rd round for CU Boulder. They definitely needed it, but I think they also need to take control of apartments. They have just been giving it up every single round and assuming that, you know, they don't need it. They don't need the info that comes from apartments. They don't need to be pushing through and getting alt mid control some rounds. Like they're throwing no mix-ups up in the Washington Esports head. You know, they're not throwing any possibilities that are messing with the way their default goes.
Yeah, that's very true. I think also like aggression B is usually pretty big. Like actually control it, not just sit at the top of it. And there you go. Soulgoat with an AWP is going to get aggressive. And he is going to get the kill. Terrace are not going to be able to trade that back. You can see that they're trying to hunt for it, but they just run through a smoke, and Soulgoat decides to try his luck through it all. And he will be rewarded for his guess. But that felt really labored by Washington Esports. I'm not sure they should have been jumping through that smoke like that in the first place.
Definitely.
It's like you want to get the trade, you want to get it back to a 4v4. I get that, but it was just too dangerous, and you want it risking so much more trying to hunt for that in that particular situation with the smoke already deployed and fully bloomed. And yeah, they get wrecked.
And ooh, nice kill being picked up from Sam there onto Flakes. That's actually only Soulgoat left on the B site. They're going to send 2 players to deal with that. They don't hear any more information, and there's not a lot of utility to do anything about it. But I think if anything were to happen in Washington Esports' favor in this round, it would be to get this pick on Soulgoat. Sam's trying to find it. Sam's trying to find the tap on the head, but he's not going to get it, and they're going to get smoked off. And that's going to be 2 players on to B. A 3rd, I mean, basically already there. And all they have left on the A side is the pit player. I think Soulgoat now has the opportunity to play B the way his team wants him to play B, which is with the op, you know, quick aggression, then back off with the information you've gained. And then the A players can make a play. Because so far, they haven't had that up on B side. And it looks like actually Washington's going to go back to A. 2 players defending it.
Yep. Woo. Sam's able to trade his way into the site. Oh, he catches that second kill on the Monty as well. So that means he's actually going to be able to get a bomb plant. Now, to go much further than this would be asking a bit much, I think, with only 14 HP against 2 fully healthy CTs. But we'll see what he can do. He'd be on for the ace and the 1v4 clutch, I think it was, over here at A. So that would be certainly a Herculean effort and a half. He's going to be on top the box here inside the site. This can be tricky to deal with, and he does find one. Oh my goodness, that was a nail biter. He almost dropped the crosshair down for Katsu as well, but couldn't get the bullet out fast enough. Katsu does get the trade, gets the defuse, gets an op carried over for the next round, but that was an expensive one. I mean, Washington Esports was down into a 2v4 and wound up basically forcing a bunch of rebuys and getting a bomb plant for themselves. That's still pretty well done.
Definitely, especially with the way the CTs were holding A. I think those aim duels there were misfortunate to say the least when it came to the CU Boulder side. And now they're paying for it because they don't have a lot of utility on either site. Actually, SoulGoat picks up a good bit, but Monty lacking, Flake's lacking. How did he do it lacking? And they're not really taking control of anything here. They actually do boost a player up on a porch with which at most, you know, it helps the fact that you don't have a lot of utility, but I think they should have really held down the A site with 2 players there. Like, there's no reason why you don't when you have a player in pit and a player on site. And they're actually going to try and exploit this fact by just going fast mid here. Katsu makes first contact and gets the kill, decides to molly and fall back to library, but they find the player on porch and Katsu picks up a double with the molly.
The fire burns.
Not supposed to happen.
No, definitely not. But it's still a 2v2 when it's all said and done. So this is not, you know, done yet. You can still go either way at this point. And in fact, SoulGoat's the one at disadvantage now. Yeah, both players are low HP, but he has an AWP as his primary weapon, so it doesn't matter as much. I'm not sure. Oh, he's going to put Incendiary inside the middle of the site. Is another molly kill going to happen here? No, it doesn't look like it's going to happen this time. He doesn't know that one already crossed Graveyard. This could be so dangerous. He does just decide to back off, though, for now. Maybe try to go grab it. What is he? What? Hello?
Interesting.
I'll be picking up a FAMAS right now. Someone should be calling out that they're low on health, and he should be picking up a rifle instead of using the op still, I feel like. I don't know. Now he's trying to edge his way around. He does pull out the CZ. He knows he's going to be in close range battles here soon. Coming around. Will he spot this player in the corner? Yeah, he spots that long ass Sonson 4-barrel. Now he's in the 1v1. Is he going to get this? Oh, gets the no-scope headshot on the Z cord. He will win it. Oh my goodness.
SoulGoat.
Game.
Wow.
Dude, that silence M4 barrel will betray the shit out of you on almost every
Really,
situation. It's so long, dude.
Oh, wow. That round, I mean, swaying back and forth in favor of both teams. I think it started with a double molly kill that really caught me off guard. They just jumping through the smoke into a Molotov, not knowing what was on the other side. You know, going back from 4v3s to 3v3 to 3v2 to 2v2. It's chaos here on the A site, and that, I mean, it either comes down to the trades that are happening or the lost aim duels, I think. But Katsu doing a great job in the arch position. Will be finding. Whoa, Monty getting a triple up in apps, I guess. My observer feed was not on that, but it was an eco from the Washington Esports side, and Monty just charges up with the swag.
He just farmed a bunch of cash.
And gets about $2,000 from
900
swag
per
7.
kill, so.
Yeah. Oh, wow, 2,700 then.
Yep, you got a lot of cash on that.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And did they have it up? I didn't see. Did they already have one?
SoulGoat had it from when he won the clutch. So Washington back onto a full buy, though. They've lost the last 4 rounds in a row, though. So kind of their control of the half has started to slip away a little bit here. There's only a couple of rounds left to play in this half, 3 to be exact. As we are going to see Washington getting some banana control. Z-Core working apartments by himself, with Drake kind of supporting from the back of alternate mid. And they're going to try their chances. They put a molly to make sure that no one can be opping way up close on banana. And they want to start trying to work their way up and clearing sandbags, clearing the cart. SoulGoat just holding an angle here from CT spawn. So pretty typical default stuff, but certainly very B heavy. And it makes me feel like Z-Core is going to try to throw a fake out of balcony, and they're going to hit B. Try to pull, like, you know, keep people at A, basically. Not allow them to cheat a third player towards B.
Yeah, I think CU Boulder should be taking control of apps here, maybe even mid-round, or just trying to get some info. They've been giving it up every round.
I think as long as they hold brackets, it's fine. It's once you lose control of top middle that all of a sudden you're losing the information game. But as long as you can keep a tab on middle, I think that this is fine.
Yeah, and I mean, SoulGoat here playing the CT angle. Actually, he decides to switch it up and go to A. Ooh, having a second thought now that I say it.
Yeah. I think his teammates are like saying we still have like vision on one side of mid. There's no need to rotate just yet. But now that Drake's gotten a kill at middle, this could really change things. SoulGoat is in fact beginning to rotate. Drake's actually going to get into CT spawn, and they're going to split B with this. That's really scary. Flake's only good for 1 kill holding the physical site. Drake does get caught in spawn. It is a 3-on-3, but full bomb site control has gone the way of Washington. They do already have that bomb planted. They have to wait for Monty to get over here to help them with this retake. SoulGoat is, you know, really going out on a limb here, trying to get a spam through that glass. I don't think I've ever actually seen someone get a kill from there before. So it's not going to happen here. But a good incendiary will flush a player on a new box, but he misses his op shot. He misses his chance. Does get the other one. Does eventually find that kill, but now it's the 1v1, and Visa has such a sick spot. But he's missing his shots. Oh, he gave Solgo the chance, but Solgo didn't capitalize. So he does still wind up winning the round, despite it being a little bit sloppy. It's 6 Washington.
Yeah, and that's the first round Washington has won in a while. They capitalized on the mistake that you saw earlier, and they actually did try and win out. Not still, in my opinion, they should be winning the half 9-6, maybe 8-6 or 8-7. But they're gonna go for the force here and try to tie it up, boosting a player up at B and still with the op there. I think they have a really good opportunity to make an aggressive play apartments and get some actual information that can help your opera out on B. But they don't decide to do it as the T's move towards the mid take.
Yep. Looking to get up to brackets as they usually have been doing. Katsu and How Did He Know are trying to hold a bit of an angle. Flashes are going to come in. How Did He Know is going to put up a counter smoke to stop them from wanting to wrap towards Archway. But Drake will just use that smoke to clear a closet and just kind of hold things down. But here comes the spam from How Did He Know. He's able to get some damage in there. He's going to throw a pop flash and look to go back out for more blood. Won't find it. Will retreat back into library. Flakes has made a rotation as well into spawn. Spamming the arch. How Did He Know? Good for a kill. Visa, though, is very quick to respond and keep things on equal footing. And now they're going to bounce back and go for a late B hit. And Solgo's actually already committed to helping out the A cause. So this means that B is wide open. But as the T's kind of, you know, play patiently, Solgo actually gets back into spawn to watch. But if they smoke CT, he's not going to be able to do anything. So this is getting a little bit scary. He now will play himself back over towards the spawn. Smoke goes up. T's are making their way into the site as we speak. I think there's a gap in the smoke. So yeah, there is. And Solgo will use that to get a kill and give his team a man advantage as they go for this retake. Flash is coming over. CTs are looking to push through the smoke with that flash and look to try to see what they can find. Washington playing passive in the back of the site and at Banana, but Visa has been smoked off from helping his team for now. But Washington are still getting the kills, and Visa eventually does chime in from Banana. And so Washington are playing a solid T-half right now. They could be finding another round. Katsu trying his best to deny that. He gets one kill, but he's got to worry about Visa. He's coming from Banana with the AWP, but he gets off the bomb in time to get that kill, and he will tie this thing up at 7-all. A very close first half on our hand.
And a very close retake. I think a lot of the team for CU Boulder there was relying on aim duels that were just lost or missed, I guess. They had a lot of really good utility coming in from behind this construction area, but that Opera B would just pick off the people mid-aim duel, trying to kill the person Newbox and Dark. In the end, though, Katsu, great double kill on the player behind Newbox and the player in Banana to pick up the round. So now we'll see very, very poor buy coming in from Washington Esports as they're going to...
They did get reset there. 1-1 lost one here in the last couple of rounds of the half. And so, like you said, it's going to be low econ, but they get a big kill on the Katsu up Arch right away. They pick up the pace. This is probably the fastest we've ever seen them hit middle in rap. Monty does get one down, and here we go. How do we know with the UMP? Making a big effort to keep his team afloat in this round, but now he's been traded as well. And it's right back to even, and the op shot missed by Solgo, so the bomb will get planted. Both T's are physically in the site, and Flakes is coming through apartment, so this could get difficult to hold as Flakes will swing out, spots the player lane, gets that kill, and they should know this last person's site. Now it's guaranteed to them. It's all going to come down to an aim battle between Sam and Flakes. Flakes working his way in with the FAMAS. Sam, though, doing some damage with his own with the MAC-10. It's getting really dicey right now on this side as both teams are trying to fit in this 8th round, get that 1-round lead as we transfer halves, and Flakes will be the one to do it. A great recovery from CU Boulder. They were down 6-2 at one point. Wound up winning 5 of the last 6 rounds to take the lead.
Really, though, I think they showed us how much mental fortitude they have when it comes to Inferno and matches in general, because a lot of those rounds were just straight up stomps on the B site, just because that op wasn't there. I think that once they got the op on B site, the game started to change, whether it was confidence, whether it was their retake ability. I mean, also that one round where Soul Goat had to save it with the no scope on A site, that probably gave the team a lot of encouragement to really try hard and finish out these rounds. So, I mean, we'll see.
It's one of those things where it's where it maybe doesn't look as bad as it seems, because they did have their economy reset like twice at the beginning of the half.
True.
So when you have that happen and you're having like poor buys going for you until you get your money stabilized again, 6-2 does make a lot of sense just from an economic perspective. Once they got their money in order, they actually pretty much won out from that point forward. Though there were some close rounds, right? A lot of 1v1 situations involved. Like, in fact, the last 3 rounds came down to 1v1s. So... yeah, very close stuff.
I think that definitely does justice to the pacing of the T side actually, because I mean they would start off slow and then suddenly get explosive, and their retakes from CU Boulder were super coordinated. It's just that Washington had some very weirdly positioned players that actually just weren't taken into account by CU Boulder, and a lot of the nades didn't really affect them, so they would be holding angles that would catch CU Boulder off guard. I mean, anyways, the pistol round here is super important. I think that if a team can win the pistol round and win the round following it, making sure that they don't lose a lot of money, especially if it's the CT side, Washington could take a huge lead. But CU Boulder's got to do something coordinated and make sure that Washington end up losing this round and not get established when it comes to the economy.
Man, this pistol round, it's one of those things, the pistol round could definitely help you get like a really early edge, but it's not the end of the world if you lose it, because the score is so close. So I feel like this is one of those half scores where the pistol round isn't as vital as it would be if you were, say, down, 10-5 or 12-3 or what have you.
Especially because of the map choice as well. You can always recover on Inferno, in my opinion. CZ, armor, that can do some work.
Yeah, look at Washington pushing 3 players down Bananas. This is a little bit familiar, almost a little bit of deja vu. Did see that CU Boulder and their CT side also looked to be aggressive Banana on pistol round. So we'll see how this plays out. You can see the CTs are looking to just play really heavy art, so they're going to give up apartments. They're going to give up pit and lane, and perhaps let even the bomb make it into the site by default. They're just going to look to play like really heavy retake, it seems, as the utility is pouring in. Boulder are looking to press out of the apartments. The smoke is down on Moto to stop CT vision, and they are going to go ahead and plant this bomb inside of the A site, and now it will come down to retaking, but Adopted, he's already been able to find one of those frags, so he gets this team an instant man advantage in this actual retake process as they begin working together up middle in Moto to try to see if they can't still seal the deal on this round. But a great crossfire from Sight and Pit is really slowing down the lane portion of this retake. A lot of kills going the way of Colorado Boulder. They're looking to see if they can extend their lead right away in this second half, as Washington does get into the site, but they don't make much more headway past that. And it will be 9-7 for Colorado Boulder.
Continuing the momentum, I think, from last half, definitely getting some great positions there post-plant. They knew what they were doing. The crossfires were established, and I think Washington just ran into them. A couple great shots actually picked up by the CT side. I think Z-Core caught off someone rotating from the site to mid, which is a great find. They just couldn't capitalize on the fact that they got that kill. I think the retake should have been a lot faster and maybe even more coordinated. The 1v1s were found and taken every single time someone peeked the site. Standard default now, though, coming out from CU Boulder. Because I mean, I don't think they want to lose any of these rifles to the CZ gods.
No, definitely not.
Yeah,
definitely need to be careful against this, because then it could turn into basically a deja vu of first half where a reset took place and caused for a very shaky beginning to things. And I'm sure CU Boulder want to make sure that they avoid that. And to be honest, where Drake is playing at with his CZ is literally the nightmare spot to play against as a terrorist team. All it takes is for you to get distracted by Visa, who's jiggle peeking top Banana, and then you just kind of lose focus on what could be right in front of you, and you just get owned by Drake. But no, they get a pop flash and they clear it and they kill Visa, so that is about as good as it gets for that scenario that both teams found themselves in, if you're on the Colorado Boulder side, that is, at least. So we'll begin just finding all the kills on the map. Nothing seems to be stopping them this time around, and they will get to 10. And then very likely a full save next round from Washington, so it really should turn into 11-7 from this point.
And 3 kills go the way of the SMG holding Soul Goat, which is actually a pretty big deal. You know, if
Sure.
you're going to die to anyone, I'd want it to be the AKs if you're the Washington squad. But 3 frags are picked up by the UMP, and they're looking to hunt for this last one here. Just no survivors, scorched earth policy. As who is that? Monty, and How Did He Know will be hunting. They haven't cleared alt mid yet, so he's got a pretty good idea. How Did He Know picks it up with a UMP again, so that's 4 kills, bringing in some cash. 10-7, CU Boulder. And this is straight up USPs.
Yeah. So this really should turn into 11-7.
Yeah.
Like there should be no way Washington with 5 USPs wins this round, but I guess you never know if they pick the right bomb site to stack and Boulder falls for it, and you never know.
There's not even a flash. I think
they're
at
gonna
this
rush
point. Yeah.
Oh, hello. Katsu's like, okay, thank you.
Free ADR stats coming for Katsu. As he gets
Free
4K.
ace. Oh, denied the
Denied the eco ace. It's nice to have a quick eco round though for the terrorists at least, because it doesn't stall the momentum you've been gaining for the past 5 rounds.
Right.
So here we go. I mean, this is going to be the deciding round in my mind for how this half's going to play out.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a big round, because if you're Washington, if you don't win this, it could very easily just turn 13-7 because you're probably in that buy save rotation now.
Yeah.
5-0 is very, very common from 3-0. 5-0 is really quick to happen if you lose the opening gun round. So we'll see what happens. They're trying to take a little bit of an aggressive peek at middle to start with, but then they back off of it. They're going to go for a boost with Adopted on top of Porch. So that can be tricky to deal with, obviously, if you're terrorist trying to attack middle. If you don't check that angle, he could definitely bust you, even for a multi-frag, especially since Sam is going to be able to pull their attention from Art side. So a really good crossfire. I think they might have one below Porch as well. So this is like such a nutty crossfire to have, but one's already been damaged. And they're not pushing out to give that boosted player a chance to do anything just yet. So Colorado Boulder, I like the discipline. I like the cautiousness. And now they will actually go, after they've thrown all this action middle and kept the CTs busy, now they're fading back. And they know that no one from A has been able to rotate B. So they know that only 2 people should be here. And this is a good numbers game, but if smoke comes in, it slows them down.
It's a double fake.
Could be now that the smoke's out.
Mm-hmm.
They may have went for it if that smoke didn't get deployed. Now I think they're trying to figure out what they want to do.
I think it may be a double fake here, as two of these players top mid are going to try and make some more presence.
It's the in and out fake.
Yeah.
The double.
And the op, especially being here, is going to draw some presence. Actually misses the shot.
Didn't even see him, apparently. Didn't even react. Now, this does pull a rotation from B for just a little bit, but now Colorado Boulder is going to be looking to lay into B, and the CTs are aware of it now. And Visa may even just push the smoke and find himself a lot of free kills. He does line up 2, and Drake from Construction good for 1 as well. So Washington, did you get the first gun round? I feel like Colorado Boulder kind of played themselves that round. I feel like they tried to do a little bit too much.
I agree. I think that first presence in Banana signified their decision to the round, and I think it was an ad-lib call to send 2 more players top mid and continue having presence there. It did what they wanted to. It accomplished the goal that they wanted to have, but not effectively enough, because they didn't even pick up a frag.
Right.
And a lot of utility hadn't been thrown out on B site by the CT, so they had some to work with when taking the site back under their control. And the smoke push at the end of the day is what won them the round. Rolling the dice and pushing through the smoke is how Visa got the kills that were needed to win it. But if all 5 players were alive, he probably wouldn't have been able to do that in the first place. So App's aggression, or App's presence from the T's, as they take it easily with no one up there, and also Banana presence. So they have all you need when it comes to a T side default. They know no one's in Banana, no one's in Apps. They don't even hear an Op or a Porch. So they're definitely looking to try and find a pick here onto a truck side player. I think that's the easiest person to capitalize here as they push up and try and take control mid.
They catch him with the nade out, and they are going to get the kill onto Adoptus. That's a really well done play. They catch a great timing, but Monty craters or burns? I'm not really sure which one it was. Okay, crater. So the bomb gets planted, and this is a nightmare if you're Washington. Your money has been reset. You need to save these 2 guns, otherwise you're going to have really nothing to work with next round. So we'll be 12-8 for Colorado Boulder. And there you have it.
Definitely a nightmare. If they can save these guns, then you know, they can buy around them next round with, I mean, a crappy buy, but they still have some utility as well. And that's a huge thing with a kit and armor. So definitely a must save. They cannot allow these Colorado Boulder players to hunt for them and get the frags, especially if you're Visa with that op. I think they need that on A, maybe even on a B setup to change it up, because CU Boulder just been plowing through there, taking free banana control, and they're going to start hunting. They're coming into the B site here. Will they find the new box player? Probably not. Sevo timers are different though, so they may catch him. They end up finding him last
right
second.
at the end.
Yep.
So just the op gets saved, but they could still buy around this op. They have 3 players with good money. Sam, Z-Core, Drake all have enough money to buy around this AWP. We'll see. No, they decide not to. Oh no, okay, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Z-Core does buy the M4. Famas for Sam. Drake's gonna go Deagle so he can get a lot of utility. So this is their chance. Dude, he stayed out in mid way too long. What was that? I mean, I get if you want to jiggle and throw a nade, but I mean, he stuck out there for a solid couple of seconds. That was an easy target for Katsu. At least Adopted's able to get a frag back with the CZ and may even be able to pick up that AK. But a lot of map control lost here by the CT side, because how did he know controls brackets? Unless Adopted re-aggresses, CTs are really losing the information game here. As CU Boulder has went ahead and cleared out top banana as well. So this is looking really good for Colorado Boulder as far as map control goes, as far as winning the information game. But Drake with the 1 dig.
They still don't know the op is here, so this could be dangerous as they try and execute the site.
Oh, you are right. You are right. Right now they think they're just battling a deagle, and they think that they might have a way to beat it. They're going to go ahead and push out against Drake, and Drake's inside the site. He's going to go down, but that op, like you said, is at Coffins, but he's been smoked out, and he's already taken a lot of damage. So he's not going to be able to have an instant impact, and he might get chased here by Katsu. And indeed he is. Katsu was relentless in his efforts to silence Visa as quickly as possible, and he does it, but he also falls in the process. So now it's a 2-on-2. Adopted is low on HP, though, and a smoke is in the face of the CTs trying to press in through CT main. So they got to go construction. He just runs into fire. Why? Why?
I don't know, Dust. I don't know.
I mean, unless it landed as he was already running through, and so because he had low HP, there was really no way to avoid it. I wasn't watching his perspective, so I can't know. Maybe it doesn't seem as bad as I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a rough way to lose a 2-on-2. You basically just threw yourself away. And now it's 13-8, and now their money is poop. It's bad.
Very bad. Very bad.
It's like college dorm living off of ramen bad.
At least they're used to it.
That's where they're at right now. Yeah, of course.
So 13-8's the score. Not looking good for Washington. I mean, if there's any chance to get back into the game, it's next round. And, you know, you can't do much damage to the T side at this point, but they are going to try and send a 5-stack down banana and just basically pile drive the offense here. Soul Goat,
run through the fire, please. Go ahead. Do it.
Run through it, Visa. Come on,
let's
go.
Go. Barbecues. Why would you smoke your own fire? Doesn't matter. They're going to take it. It's open. It's wide open. Bond's going to get planted. 14-8 is going to happen. And then it's all this next round basically determines everything.
I think you should try and find a gun here to save, but other than that, there's nothing else that you really can do. They hear actually a player graveyard, close graveyard, so they may try and go for this guy late after the bomb has been ticked a bit. Let's see, who's that? Flakes finding a kill through a smoke and a wall. Ooh, Adopted gets a nice headshot onto Solgo, and that is the op. I think he may try and go up and save.
CTs are losing a lot here. A lot more than they should be. It might not be too bad if they go ahead and kill Sam, though. Yeah, I mean, losing 2 players against full USPs is still kind of rough, but I mean, they have plenty of money, so it doesn't really hurt them that bad. And the most important thing is in the end, they didn't allow Washington to carry over any guns, and that's what matters most. It all comes down to this round, though. If you're Washington, if you lose this, yeah, you're going to force buy next round. You'll have something, but this is your best chance. This is the best buy you're going to get. Try to stay alive in this series. Again, we already saw that CU Boulder won the first map 16, was like 4, 6, it was something
like
one-sided.
Yeah.
So Washington, already a map down, need to figure this out. They have to win out if they want to win regulation and force that 3rd map on nuke. They're going to get aggressive in apartments. This could be a great step in the right direction, but Z-Core did not spot his legs into the smoke, apparently. And he will go down, and now CU Boulder looking to just go ahead and push apartments. Adopted's already given up that he's in pit, but he's also gotten a kill. Unfortunately, it's quickly traded by How Did He Know, who swings in the side and grabs another. He was quick with the shot. And now this is a tough. I think Washington just saves here and plays for OT with the 2 rifles, because if you don't, you got nothing next round.
I agree.
And there's no way you're retaking a 2v4 with no kit. I don't think.
No, I agree, especially with an op setup and apartment/pit. I don't think you're going to retake this. And they decided to go for it. They lose one Drake, and they also lose the other. So that's every chance of buying correctly gone out the window. We're going to see what they can
now it's like
scrounge up
CZ
here,
armor utility at this point, or maybe like UMP armor. Something.
But on series point, you know, I definitely would have decided to save for that one right there.
Yeah.
Manage a UMP. No utility on the player other than an HE and a CZ for some reason. But yeah.
Why did Sam not buy anything? Okay, he did want to buy a MP9. Banana Rush for the win. They beat the fire. They beat the fire bottom banana. CTs are going to be a little bit tilted about that, I would imagine. I think they were thinking their incendiary would slow this down, but it didn't hit fast enough, and the T's are already well into B. 1 CT left here, but he's going to get caught. CT might try to run through the smoke, and he is going to make it through. He beat a Molotov and all of that. Now a 2-on-2 to decide things here. As Katsu will be playing over near construction. Z-Core and Adopted looking to retake with the Mag 7 and FAMAS. They don't have the kits, need to work quickly. They're running their way into the site as we speak. They catch the first kill they need. Molotov, though, will go on to the bomb. They don't have a smoke to stop that Molotov either, so now they have to hunt for kills. And I thought he was going to line him up, but he missed, and the defuse will go through.
I think he didn't take his time there. If he took his time at all, he would have been able to pick up the frag that mattered, which was the one defusing the bomb. You know, the Molotov, after stalling that much time, all you need to kill is the player defusing the bomb, and you win the round. And I think it was just a panic right there, rushing past a molly that was being thrown at him and just trying to spray for both. But honestly, a great retake from Washington. I think the player playing near coffins on CU Boulder was a super risky position, and it ended up being capitalized off of by Washington there. So we'll see as another chance for Washington is laid out in front of them.
Yeah, they're gonna have to win out 6 more in a row to force an overtime just for a chance at the third map. Again, they did lose the first. CU Boulder looking to see if they can't go ahead and take care of this 2-0 here and now in regulation. So
I'd like to see
they already have a
play
control.
An aggression play in Banana, maybe from the CTs. Just take something so you make the round easier on yourself. And they actually do. He's pushing straight down Banana.
Exactly. Drake is already here. Visa is supporting him. I don't know if they'll decide the flank or not. Solgo gets a pick at middle, and Katsu's watching for the flank, and that could be a lot of problems as Blaze gets a kill. Katsu does catch that flank, and this is pretty much done now. The aggression Banana did not pan out the way Washington Esports were hoping it would. And while Visa will get 1 kill in CT, now the T's know exactly where he is, and they have a 3-on-1. They're going to get this bomb planted. Solgo has a smoke as well to maybe block off Library a second time and really force Visa to either push a smoke or, yeah, he's going to have to push a smoke at this point.
No kit.
Yeah, so he has to flash his way through a smoke. Now they know exactly where he is. He'll get killed. And there you have it. CU Boulder. They're going to win the series tonight 2-0.
That big aggression there, you know, was worth something in my mind. They didn't do it with 2 players, which I think they should have done. But it didn't end up working out for him. So, you know, it's just the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, so that's going to do it here for another week over at the AVGL for some college CSGO. Colorado Boulder were your victors tonight. We'll have some more AVGL CSGO going on for you a little bit later on down the road. We're starting to get towards the end of the regular season and towards playoffs as well, so things will start getting a little bit more exciting as some of our more promising and top performing teams will actually start to go head to head in some of these, you know, playoff matches in the online season. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure you're following the channel if you're not already to catch it, as we do this at least every Sunday night, starting usually around 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if you want to be able to catch some college CSGO, do follow up. You can also give a follow to us. Our social media is going to be on screen. And also, again, a final shout out to Respawn, who's one of our main partners here at the AVGL, who helped make this league happen. So definitely want to give them a shout. Be sure to check out Respawn products on all social media outlets. Maybe look at some of their gaming chairs, which are quite affordable, and give them a look and see if that's something you're interested in. If you're in the market for a chair, definitely give them a look. So without further ado, we're going to sign out for now, but we'll catch you next time. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you a little bit later on down the road.